Yes, it is compliant to put the vanity light and exhaust fan on the same circuit with the bathroom receptacle. Article 210.11. C3 allows lighting and ventilation equipment to be on the same circuit as bathroom receptacles. Article 210.23, Exception 1, further clarifies that a circuit supplying only receptacle outlets can also supply other loads, such as lighting and fans. It is compliant to put the bedroom light or ceiling fan on the same circuit with the bedroom receptacles. Article 210.12. B requires all outlets in bedrooms to be arc fault circuit interrupter or AFCI protected. However, Article 210.12, Exception 2, allows lighting fixtures to be installed on a circuit other than the required AFCI circuit. Based on the prices you provided, it would cost less to run a 12/2 circuit at $108 for 250 feet than two separate 14/2 circuits at $65 plus $65, totaling $130 for 500 feet. However, you should consider the following factors. Firstly, circuit load calculations. Ensure that the total load on the circuit does not exceed the circuit breaker rating, typically 20 amps for a 12/2 circuit and 15 amps for a 14/2 circuit. Secondly, convenience. Running two separate circuits may provide more flexibility and convenience, allowing you to control the lighting and receptacles independently. Thirdly, future expansion. If there is a possibility that you may need to add additional outlets or appliances in the future, running two separate circuits may provide more capacity. When adding a new bedroom and bathroom to a residence constructed under the 2005 National Electrical Code, or NEC, several electrical considerations arise regarding circuit requirements and arc fault circuit interrupter, or AFCI, protection. Let's address the questions related to the bathroom and bedroom circuits referencing the relevant NEC articles. Firstly, regarding the bathroom circuit, the question is whether it is compliant to put the light and fan on the same 20 amp circuit with the receptacle, given Article 210.11. C3 and Article 210.23, Exception 1. Article 210.11. C3 specifically addresses bathroom branch circuits. It mandates that in dwelling units, at least one 20 amp branch circuit shall be provided to supply the bathroom receptacle outlet or outlets. This circuit shall have no other outlets. The exception to this rule allows that the 20 amp circuit can supply other equipment within the same bathroom. This equipment includes lighting outlets and exhaust fans. Therefore, in this scenario, it is compliant to have the vanity light and exhaust fan on the same 20 amp circuit as the bathroom receptacle. This configuration aligns with the exception provided in Article 210.11. C3, as the lighting and fan are within the same bathroom. Article 210.23 further supports this by outlining permissible loads on branch circuits. Specifically, Exception 1 allows that a circuit supplying only receptacle outlets can also supply other loads such as lighting and fans, reinforcing the allowance for the described configuration. Secondly, concerning the bedroom circuit and AFCI protection, the question is whether it is compliant to put a light or ceiling fan on the same circuit with receptacles, or whether a separate AFCI circuit should be run. Article 210.12. B addresses arc fault circuit interrupter, or AFCI, protection in dwelling units. It states that all 120 volt, single phase, 15 and 20 amp branch circuits supplying outlets or devices installed in dwelling unit bedrooms shall be protected by an arc fault circuit interrupter, or AFCI. This requirement extends to all outlets within the bedroom, including receptacles, lighting outlets, and other devices. However, Exception 2 to Article 210.12 allows for an exception regarding lighting fixtures. It permits that lighting fixtures, or in this case a light or ceiling fan, can be installed on a circuit other than the required AFCI protected circuit. This means that while the bedroom receptacles must be on an AFCI protected circuit, the light or ceiling fan can be on a separate circuit without AFCI protection. Therefore, in this scenario, it is compliant to put the bedroom light or ceiling fan on the same circuit as the receptacles, provided that the circuit supplying the receptacles is AFCI protected. Alternatively, You could run a separate circuit for the light or fan, but the receptacle circuit must still be AFCI protected. The choice depends on factors such as load calculations and personal preference. Cost considerations are also relevant when deciding between running one or two circuits. In the provided scenario, 12/2 type NM copper cable costs $108 for a 250-foot roll, while 14/2 type NM copper cable costs $65 for a 250-foot roll. Running one 12/2 circuit would cost $108, while running two separate 14/2 circuits would cost $130. Therefore, from a purely cost perspective, running one 12/2 circuit would be more economical. However, other factors should be considered. Firstly, circuit load calculations are essential. Ensure that the total load on each circuit does not exceed the circuit breaker rating. Typically, a 12/2 circuit is protected by a 20 amp breaker, while a 14/2 circuit is protected by a 15 amp breaker. Calculate the total amperage draw of all devices and appliances on each circuit to ensure it remains within the breaker's capacity. Overloading a circuit can lead to trip breakers and potential fire hazards. Secondly, convenience and flexibility are important considerations. Running two separate circuits provides greater flexibility in controlling devices independently. For example, you can turn off the bedroom light or ceiling fan without affecting the power to the receptacles. This can be advantageous for energy saving or convenience purposes. Thirdly, future expansion should be considered. If there is a possibility of adding more outlets or appliances in the future, running two separate circuits may provide additional capacity. This can prevent the need for future rewiring and ensure that the electrical system can accommodate future needs. In summary, when adding a new bedroom and bathroom, compliance with the NEC is essential to ensure safety and proper functioning of the electrical system. In the bathroom, the vanity light and exhaust fan can be on the same 20 amp circuit as the receptacle, as per Article 210.11. C3 and Article 210.23, Exception 1. In the bedroom, the light or ceiling fan can be on the same circuit as the receptacles, provided that the receptacle circuit is AFCI protected, as per Article 210.12. The its exception. When deciding between running one or two circuits, consider cost, load calculations, convenience, and future expansion needs. Running a 12/2 circuit is more cost-effective upfront, but running two 14/2 circuits provides greater flexibility and potential for future expansion. Always consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that all wiring and electrical work is performed in compliance with the NEC and local codes. This ensures a safe and reliable electrical system for the new additions. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and it is essential to prioritize safety. De-energize circuits before working on them, use appropriate personal protective equipment, and follow all safety precautions outlined in the NEC and other relevant standards. If you are not comfortable performing electrical work, always hire a licensed electrician. They have the knowledge and experience to ensure that the job is done safely and correctly. In addition to the specific code articles mentioned, there are other relevant considerations when wiring a new bedroom and bathroom. Firstly, grounding is a critical aspect of electrical safety. Ensure that all circuits are properly grounded according to Article 250 of the NEC. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping the circuit breaker and preventing electrical shock hazards. Secondly, wire sizing is essential for ensuring that circuits can safely carry the intended load. Use the appropriate wire size for each circuit based on the amperage rating of the circuit breaker and the length of the wire run. Article 310 provides guidance on wire sizing and ampacity. Thirdly, junction boxes are required for making splices and connections in electrical wiring. Ensure that all junction boxes are properly installed and accessible, and that all connections are made using approved methods and materials. Article 314 provides requirements for junction boxes, conduit bodies, and handhole enclosures. Fourthly, device boxes are used to mount receptacles, switches, and other electrical devices. Choose the appropriate type and size of device box for each application, and ensure that the devices are properly secured and grounded. Article 314 also provides requirements for device boxes. Fifthly, cable routing and support are important for preventing damage to electrical wiring. Route cables in a neat and organized manner, and support them with cable ties, staples, or other approved methods. Article 334 provides requirements for non-metallic sheath cable, such as Type NM cable. Sixthly, lighting fixture installation should be done according to the manufacturer's instructions and in compliance with the NEC. Ensure that lighting fixtures are properly supported, grounded, and wired. Article 410 provides requirements for lighting fixtures, lamp holders, and lamps. Seventhly, exhaust fan installation should also be done according to the manufacturer's instructions and in compliance with the NEC. Ensure that exhaust fans are properly vented to the outside and that they are wired to a dedicated circuit if required. Article 430 provides requirements for motors, including exhaust fan motors. Eighthly, smoke detectors are required in bedrooms and other locations and dwelling units. Install smoke detectors according to Article 760 and local codes. Ensure that smoke detectors are interconnected so that they all sound an alarm when one detects smoke. Ninthly, carbon monoxide detectors may also be required in dwelling units, depending on local codes. Install carbon monoxide detectors according to the manufacturer's instructions and local codes. Carbon monoxide detectors should be located near sleeping areas and on each level of the dwelling unit. Tenthly, surge protection is recommended to protect electronic devices from voltage surges. Install a surge protective device, or SPD, at the service entrance and at individual branch circuits to protect sensitive electronics. Article 242 provides requirements for surge protection. By considering these additional factors and adhering to the NEC and local codes, you can ensure that the electrical system for the new bedroom and bathroom is safe, reliable, and compliant. Remember to always consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns about electrical work.